Hey Frag fam, Corbin here again from Northwest Scent. So today I have a fresh fragrance rack store haul. So today and yesterday as well, I spent a little bit of time going around to TJ Maxx, Marshalls, and then Ross, all of the local rack stores, just looking for new stuff for this upcoming summer, you know, stuff on the warmer weather side, fresher. And I ended up picking up 5 fragrances. So these are my first impressions, of course, which means I haven't tried any of these. These are all new to my collection. Some of these I have heard about from other reviewers, as well as people in the Facebook groups. Others, I don't really know much about them at all. I looked into the notes and they sound like they're gonna be good for the warm weather. So if you're interested in hearing about my first impressions on these 5 warm weather fragrances, please stick around. But first, let's roll that intro. Oh, wow, I didn't realize you guys were back from the intro already. Well, all right, welcome back. So like I said, my first impressions of 5 new fragrances to my collection. From what I know, these are all good for the warmer weather, or at least like springtime, maybe like early fall. Definitely not heavy, dense stuff. So I'm gonna show you what I picked up. Starting right off here, I got another Banana Republic Icon fragrance. This one is pure white. And yeah, this one sounds like it's gonna be really nice for warm weather, for the high heat actually. Next one I got was Nautica Voyage Sport, which it's a sport flanker, so you would hope that it would be good for the warm weather. You know, Nautica Voyage is already a cooler, like refreshing fragrance, so I imagine this one's gonna be ultra refreshing. This one I was actually really excited to find because I've heard good things about it and I haven't seen it anywhere locally until now. So this one right here is from Abercrombie & Fitch. This is, let's get it right here, First Instinct Together, and here's the price tag. I got it for $19.99 for 100 ml, so that's pretty good in my opinion. Then I found a discontinued fragrance, and this is a really popular one. This is Mont Blanc Individual. So obviously, you know, discontinued, very popular. I was excited to find it, so I had to grab that. And then the last one is right here. This is my first Tommy Bahama fragrance that I own. This is St. Bart's Pour Homme. I think the full name is Set Sail St. Bart's. A really good tropical fragrance from what I've seen, just looking at the note breakdown and stuff. So I'm excited to crack into these. I'm gonna unwrap these, pull the cellophane off, and then I will be right back. Okay, so I think we're gonna go in the order that I showed them to you guys, which means we're gonna be starting right here with Banana Republic Icons Pure White. This one is number 90. So I kind of went a little bit more in depth with the presentation on these last time. You know, I'll show you again really quick. This is a nice hardcover box. It's not thin cardboard, which for a $20 fragrance, that's amazing. It does have this inner sleeve that, you know, slides inside like this. And then there actually is a foam cutout. Whoops, my phone fell. So there's a foam cutout for the bottle to sit right here. You can see, goes in just like that. So really nice presentation, like I said, for a $20 fragrance. Probably the best presentation I've seen as far as the box goes at this price point. So with that out of the way, now we're gonna jump straight into the test spray. So again, I made some of my own tester strips here. It's just a note card that I cut up. And I'm also gonna read you the notes really quickly. So for this fragrance, top notes are grapefruit, green tea, bergamot. Mid notes are jasmine, violet leaf, and lavender. Base notes are musk, vetiver, and then amber. So citruses, green tea, there is some white florals, violet leaf, lavender, a dominant note of musk. I'm assuming this is like a clean musk, a white musk. So this sounds like it's gonna be pretty fresh. There's a little bit of amber in the base, which of course amber usually is, you know, on that rich powdery side, very sweet, but it's probably not gonna be very dominant here. We'll have to see. So here we go, my first spray. I just wanted to do 3 sprays just like I did in my last first impressions video for this line. So I'm just gonna wait a second here. Okay, here we go. Okay, yeah. Yeah, no, this is very light. I'm definitely getting more grapefruit. It's, you know, grapefruit to me always stands out. It's a little bit more bitter, just has that kind of unique citrusy touch. You know, if you've ever obviously eaten grapefruit, it has this unique flavor to it and it kind of smells the same way. And I'm definitely getting more of that here than the bergamot. I'm getting that tea as well. You know, this is giving me kind of like a green leafy vibe, but it's kind of on that mellow side, you know, provides this nice calmness to the fragrance as well. I'm definitely getting that violet leaf as well. You know, it has this kind of breezy effect to it. It gives it kind of this like light feel. It's not always petrol-y, and that's really kind of, to me, how it's coming across here. There seems to be a lot of fresh fragrances in the Banana Republic Icon line. You know, there was Linen Vetiver, there's Neroli Woods, which I haven't tried yet, but just from the sounds of it, that one is very light. There is a Vintage Green, I do have that one. I think that's a pretty solid fragrance. You know, this one, this is on that lighter side, and you know, I always say this, fresh fragrances, usually the paper doesn't tell the whole story. And that's the case with most fragrances, honestly, but especially with the like fresh fragrances on the lighter side, for some reason, the paper just kind of traps the notes and you're not able to get the full story. So I imagine this would smell a lot better off of my skin, but I don't want to spray 5 fragrances on myself for this video. So yeah, just based on this, you know, citrusy, I'm getting that tea, definitely getting a little bit of that violet leaf. There is some lavender listed too, and I am getting a slight aromatic touch in a way, a little bit soapy almost. You know, that could be coming from the other florals as well, like the jasmine maybe, but I'm guessing that's probably from the lavender. So yeah, just citrusy, green, a little bit aromatic, you know, just a very clean fragrance. This one's nice, nothing too spectacular, but it smells really nice. So again, that was my first impressions of Banana Republic's Icon Pure White fragrance. Okay, so the next fragrance up is this one right here, Nautica Voyage Sport. And I don't want to get too in depth with the presentations on all of these because the video is just going to go on for too long. Plus these are all cheaper fragrances. You know, there's really nothing special with any of these presentations except for the Banana Republic. So we're just going to skip that basically going forward. Get the bottle out. Okay, here it is. And that's kind of cool. It's got this like red theme going on here on the cap. And then the sport name. There's like a sailboat sail on here. So just a little bit of a change as far as the design goes on the bottle than the other flankers in this line. But that doesn't really matter. I want to do my first spray, so grabbing another tester strip here. Here we go. Okay, I did a bunch of sprays there, so hopefully I can smell this thing. Oh, and I forgot to, I'm not smelling yet. I want to read you guys the notes first. So, top notes are C notes, citruses, sea salt, coriander. Mid notes are apple, geranium, palm leaf, and green pepper. Base notes are musk, patchouli, vetiver, and Brazilian redwood. So I do apologize for forgetting to do that, but here we go now. So, okay, so yeah, this is, I can already tell this is gonna be one of those fragrances where you barely get anything from the paper. I mean, first thing that's standing out to me, this is just like your generic, it's got like a blue fragrance. You know, it is aquatic. There's obviously citruses here, just like, you know, any fresh aquatic fragrance for the most part. I am definitely, okay, you know, it's kind of opening up now a little bit more. I think if we had to just wait a sec for the alcohol to kind of evaporate. So I am getting like a salty touch to this, which is really nice. So it is salty aquatic, absolutely. The citruses here are definitely vibrant, although I can't like pick out a specific citrus per se. It just smells, you know, has that generic citrusy touch to it. I am getting this kind of soapiness to it in a way. Now I'm looking at the notes here trying to figure out what that could be coming from. So there's palm leaf, geranium, and apple. Maybe it's a combo of those because it is kind of this fruity soapiness quality or soapy quality. There's a touch of sweetness in here as well, which I guess that could be coming from the patchouli maybe? Maybe the apple, you know? You do see apple in the original Voyage, and that's not an ultra sweet fragrance. This one isn't that sweet either, although I'm getting a touch more sweetness than in the original, and it is definitely soapier. I honestly like this better than the original Voyage. I've talked about it before. I'm not a huge fan of the original Voyage. To me, it is very generic and just kind of boring, and that could just be because I've smelled it on way too many people. I've had tons of coworkers in the past and friends and stuff that would wear it. I just kind of got sick of it. And this one's actually kind of opening up. This is getting a lot better actually. So yeah, it's got this prominent soapiness to it. I don't know what to attribute that to as far as the notes go, but it's very soapy, very salty, aquatic, bright and citrusy, has this kind of sweetness to it. I'm getting kind of this faint icy feeling. I think that's probably coming from the geranium here. There's no mint note, but geranium kind of comes across like that sometimes. And I am getting almost this kind of tropical feel in a way, and maybe that's coming from the palm leaf or whatever. This one's pretty nice, honestly. I would have to say, based on all of the Voyage flankers that I've tried, just based on the smell, this is probably my second favorite. So N83 is my favorite still based on everything I've tried. I do like Heritage a lot. I recently picked that one up, but I think I do prefer this one a little bit just based on the smell. You know, factoring in performance and other things like that, I don't know yet, but this one actually does smell really nice, and it is developing on the paper as I'm sitting here. So I think if I actually wore this, I would probably get that development a lot quicker, and I would probably enjoy it more. So again, that was Nautica Voyage Sport. That's a pretty solid flanker from the line just based on the smell. Again, I'm gonna have to test the performance, but overall it smelled really nice. Okay, so the third fragrance up is this one right here. Abercrombie and Fitch First Instinct Together. And why is my camera not focusing? Come on. Okay, I guess it just doesn't like this color scheme right here. But again, here we go, yeah, First Instinct Together. So this is one that I've heard talked about, most notably from Ross over at tltg Reviews. He loves this fragrance, and he's kind of compared it to Invictus before, like an Invictus style fragrance. So kind of excited for that. Here, I just pulled the bottle out. So here it is. Looks really nice. You got this blue gradient going from dark to light blue, and got the plaque on the side, just like you get with all of these fragrances in this line. So looks nice, you know. What I care more about here is the juice, of course. So I'm gonna get a tester strip right here. We're gonna do 3 sprays like all of them. Oh, before I do spray it, I'm remembering now I need to read you the notes. So top notes are green apple, pineapple leaf, grapefruit, and then cardamom. Mid notes are lavender and orange blossom. Base notes are musk, sandalwood, and then cedar. So very, very fruity opening, and cardamom. So maybe sweet, maybe a little bit spicy. Lavender, so it's gonna be like kind of aromatic possibly. We'll have to wait and see. So here we go. Okay, I completely blasted that thing just like I've been doing this whole video. I'm gonna wait a second here. Here we go. Oh yeah. Yeah, this is Invictus right here. This is definitely giving me Invictus Aqua kind of vibes, which I do have the 2016 edition, and just going off of memory, this does smell pretty similar. I'm honestly not too familiar with the other Invictuses. I have tried all of them before. I used to own Legend for a time, and then I kind of just decided I wasn't a fan of that one, so I sold it. Never owned any of the others, the Intense, the original, the new Victory. I haven't tried that, the Victory one, but I have tried the Eau de Toilette and then the Intense. So, but I can't 100% remember how they smell. But I'm just, you know, it's from what I know about Invictus Aqua and then what I remember about the others, this definitely is giving me those vibes. Very fruity. I am kind of getting like a sweet, juicy pineapple note here, even though they say it's just pineapple leaf. It's really hard for me to get all those other fruits. You know, this is just a generally fruity, sweet fragrance. Has a little bit of that kind of salty marine feel and not really that aromatic. Like, you know, I don't really get much lavender from this at all. And it's listed here as a somewhat dominant note. Honestly, to me, yeah, this just smells like Invictus Aqua, basically, just going off memory. The quality is there though. Like, this doesn't smell like a cheaper version of it. It smells pretty on par. So I think for, you know, $19.99, 20 bucks, that's a pretty solid buy. I've tried, what is that? Mont Blanc Legend Spirit, and that is definitely an ultra synthetic version of Invictus Aqua. I do not like it that much just because it smells, it has like this dryer sheets kind of smell to it where it's just very synthetic smelling in a way. It's hard to describe, but I'm not a huge fan of that one. This definitely smells a lot higher quality to me than the Mont Blanc. And like I said, this is pretty on par, going off of memory, with Invictus Aqua. So if you're looking for like an Invictus Aqua style fragrance on the cheap, but basically smells just, you know, as high quality, this to me seems pretty on par as far as quality goes, and then even as far as the smell goes. So this is a solid pickup in my opinion. Okay, so overall that was a fairly solid pickup, I suppose, but we're gonna move on to the next fragrance. Okay, so we're at the 4th fragrance now. We're gonna be trying Mont Blanc Individual, which I have heard by many, many people that this smells very similar to Creed's original Santal. And then here's the bottle, by the way. I just got the 50 milliliter size. It's the smaller one, which as far as the sizing goes, that matches my other Mont Blanc, which is Starwalker. I have that one in 50 milliliters as well. So I'm gonna read you the notes real quick. This one has actually a really big note breakdown, which is surprising. So you have top notes of lavender, cinnamon, pineapple, juniper berries, mint, bergamot, rosemary, coriander, cardamom. Mid notes of orange blossom, violet leaf, geranium, and then jasmine. And then base notes are raspberry, vanilla, sandalwood, dark chocolate, musk, amber, patchouli, vetiver, and oak moss. Wow, that is a huge note breakdown. That's like getting close to the note breakdowns you get with Roge de Parfums fragrances. So like I said, people say this smells like Creed's original Santal. I used to own that fragrance, and that was actually my first Creed I ever owned. I do like that fragrance quite a bit. I ended up selling it off. I think just at the time I wanted the money to buy something else. I kind of do miss it. I do want to get that one back. So hopefully this will be a good alternative. We will have to see. So here we go. I'm gonna get the atomizer straightened out here. They always put it on backwards. Here we go. Okay, so yeah, I can kind of see the similarity to that one. you know, it has this, it is fresh, but at the same time it's not. It's kind of weird. And that's how I remember original Santal being, was, yeah, it was fresh, but it also had this kind of creamy sweet side to it. Really hard to describe, which makes it really versatile. So that's honestly a good thing. You know, the first thing that stands out to me is the cinnamon. You know, you do have this kind of underlying spiciness to it, and it is a very characteristic spiciness of cinnamon. This is a little bit aromatic as well, coming from that lavender, which I really like. I love lavender, one of my favorite notes. Has this sweetness to it, kind of this berry sweetness, this fruity sweetness. But it has like this freshness to it at the same time. It's so strange. It's almost like you're smelling clean clothes or something like that, you know, where it's not like an aquatic freshness or like a marine freshness, a watery freshness, but it's just like a clean kind of soapy style freshness. But it's not a soapy fragrance per se. You know, this does have some aromatic touches to it. Like I said, you know, there's that lavender. There's rosemary in this note breakdown too, and I'm kind of getting that kind of crisp green fresh side that you do get from rosemary sometimes. So this honestly smells really, really nice. However, this does not strike me 100% the exact same as original Santal. To me, original Santal, of course, it's a Creed. You know, it's a $400 fragrance retail, $200 in the gray market. It's going to be smoother, of course, and you know that's a given. But to me, there is a little bit of a difference here with this fragrance. I am getting more of an aromatic touch from this than the Creed. The Creed to me was a little bit more on that richer side, that like spicier, woodier side. I'm not getting quite as much of that here. This is definitely a little bit fresher. You know, it does have that sweetness and that spiciness, but to me, you know, those green aromatic notes, the lavender and all that, the woodiness is kind of more prominent here. And there is kind of this fruitiness underneath as well, like I said, which is contributing to that sweetness. So yeah, this is a really solid fragrance, honestly. I don't know why I've never picked this up until now. Really sad that this one was discontinued. This is a very solid fragrance. Overall, I do prefer the Creed, and I probably will pick it up still eventually just because I do want to expand my Creed collection. I do miss that fragrance, and I do prefer that to this one, of course. But I think for the price, you really can't beat this at all. So that was a really solid pickup. Again, that was Mont Blanc Individuel. Okay, we're finally at the last fragrance, which is the Tommy Bahama. It's this one right here. Set Sail St. Bart's for Men. Now, I'm gonna read you the note breakdown because this actually sounds really intriguing to me. Top notes are lime, tequila, C notes, and agave. Mid notes are salt, guava, and green notes. Base notes are palm leaf, vanille, I guess fancy vanilla, and then musk. Now, what really stands out to me here is the lime, the tequila, agave, and the salt, which those are all ingredients for a margarita, you know? So this sounds like it's gonna be basically a margarita in a fragrance, which sounds really unique. Now here we're gonna get the bottle out. And like I said, this is my first Tommy Bahama, and I always thought that these looked really cool from the photos. You know, it's kind of got this really unique shape. It is a little kind of awkward to hold, but it still looks really nice. I do like this rope, like these lines, these sea lines that, you know, the longshoremen use to tie the boats up. That's a nice touch on the cap. So anyway, here we go, last fragrance to try. Man, the atomizer was backwards in this one too. Why do they always do that? Okay, here we go. And this one's an eau de cologne, by the way, so I imagine this is gonna take a minute or so to settle down and really let those notes kind of just go get life. Yeah, that lime is front and center, along with, I'm actually getting that guava fruit. Like, if you've ever had guava juice, I used to drink that all the time when I went to Hawaii. So I've gotten pretty used to it. I'm actually getting a pretty dominant guava note. It does have this salty aquatic feel to it, you know, that's believable. There is this tequila touch at the same time. It's not like a harsh alcoholic smell, but it's just that, like, it's like smelling tequila without the sharpness. That's the best way I can describe it. That's kind of what I'm getting here. And there is sweetness as well here. You know, it's not just like bitter salt and aquatic notes and citruses, you know. It does have a sweetness. I'm assuming that's coming from the vanilla. Yeah, this literally just smells like I sprayed a margarita on a tester strip without being, like, you know, overly alcoholic, like I was saying. Yeah, this smells really, really nice. I'm impressed with the quality of this. You know, for $20, and you see these everywhere, you know, these Tommy Bahama fragrances, they're always cheap. You know, they're always dirt cheap for the big bottle. I was expecting like worse quality, but this actually smells really, really nice. maybe they can get away with using higher quality oils because it's only an eau de cologne, so they can just dilute it with a bunch of the, you know, perfumer's alcohol. But yeah, this smells amazing, honestly. Yeah, that lime, that tequila, I'm getting that, the guava. There's this salty touch to it. It does have this watery touch as well, so I can totally get all those notes. And this smells really awesome. So that is a fantastic pickup. This would have been a great addition to that video I just put out a couple of days ago, my tropical vacation fragrances. This would have fit right in there perfectly. I think people have compared this one to Virgin Island water before, and I'm not getting that similarity at all, other than the fact that this is a you know, a boozy tropical fragrance. Like, this doesn't smell like Virgin Island water to me at all. This is definitely something that separates itself, and honestly the quality is pretty good here for such a cheap fragrance. So that was an awesome pickup. Again, that was Tommy Bahama, Set Sail, St. Bart's. Well, there you guys go. That was my first impressions of 5 fragrances new to my collection. You know, for the most part, like I said, these are all warm weather fragrances. I would say except for the Mont Blanc, the Individual, that one is more of a year-round fragrance, but it certainly, based on the smell, would definitely work in the warm weather as well. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video and these first impressions, and if you did, I would really appreciate dropping a like just to show your support. And then that way more people can see my videos on YouTube. Additionally, if you want to write a comment, maybe just let me know your thoughts, as well as some new video ideas or topics, that would be great too. And since you're down there doing all that stuff, if you have not already, if you could subscribe and then hit the bell notification, that would be amazing. That way you stay up to date on new videos whenever they get released going forward. But with all that out of the way, that's all I really have for you guys today. So I hope you have a good one. Stay healthy, stay wealthy, and smell great.